Today on the podcast, a $50 million ride is opening next year at Dollywood. And get this, it is most likely going to be a first of its kind, groundbreaking dark ride. We're also talking about the new Nickelodeon Resort and SpongeBob-themed restaurant coming to Orlando very soon. That's right, guys. Nick is officially back in Orlando in a big way. And yes, there will be lots of slime. I'm also talking about another Six Flags ride opening delay. A bunch of deals are dropping for Disney and Universal this week that you should know about. Plus, there were several ride mishaps that took place over the last week, so we will look into that as well. All that and much more coming your way on today's milestone episode of the podcast. So sit back and enjoy the ride. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to A Theme Pahk Podcast. I'm your host, Frankie Screams, back with you for the milestone 10th episode of the show. That's right, we are officially in the double digits. Who would have thought? Super proud of how far we've come so far, and we will get straight into the news stories quickly today. But before we do get there, I do want to give a special shout out to anyone that has subscribed to the YouTube channel. We have just hit over 100 subscribers now, and we did that in about 5 weeks. So not bad, especially considering the fact that I started this channel from scratch. I started this channel super low key. I did not promote this on any of my personal social media accounts. I actually still haven't. I literally just recorded and uploaded to YouTube and seen where the show went. And luckily it has found some listeners, and I seriously appreciate you guys. Same for anyone that is a audio listener only. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, shout out to you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Please give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe. Also, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, guys, so let's jump into these featured news stories. We've got about 4 featured news stories for you today. Then we're going to jump into the express lane. I've got a bunch of quick hits for you there. So let's jump right into the news stories, starting with story number 1. SpongeBob restaurant and new Nickelodeon resort coming to Orlando. And I just want to start off by saying I grew up in the 90s. I'm a 90s kid. Nickelodeon was like peak entertainment for me as a kid. Nickelodeon in the 90s was like something else, man. It was so special. And we'll get into all of it, but here we go. Story number 3. SpongeBob restaurant and new Nickelodeon resort coming to Orlando. In the 90s and early 2000s, Orlando was pretty much the mecca of Nickelodeon. Between the old Nickelodeon studios at Universal and the once iconic Nick Hotel, the brand had a massive presence in Central Florida. Shows like Double Dare, Figure It Out, and Kenan and Kel were all filmed in Orlando. But ever since Nickelodeon Studios closed in 2005 and the Nick Hotel dropped its branding in 2016, Orlando has been missing its dose of slime and Nicktoons. But now that's finally about to change because Nickelodeon is coming back home in a big way. Coming soon to Kissimmee, Florida, just southwest of Disney's Animal Kingdom, is the brand new Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Orlando. This isn't just a themed hotel either. This is a full-blown resort complex, complete with 400 hotel rooms and condo units, a full water park, and a bunch of themed restaurants and attractions. Let's talk about the food first. SpongeBob SquarePants is finally getting his own restaurant. It's called La Spatula. What's the lore behind it? SpongeBob finally got Employee of the Month at the Krusty Krab and used that honor to open his own place. Also at the resort is Mikey's Pizzeria, themed to the Ninja Turtles. It will also have a Snick Lounge as a hangout zone for games, sports, and music. There's also a retail area and something called Club Nick. We're still waiting for details on that one. There will be character meet and greets with stars from Paw Patrol, Dora the Explorer, the Ninja Turtles, and of course, SpongeBob himself. Oh, and yes, there will be slime. Opportunities to get slimed are going to be a part of the experience at this resort. Let's effing go. Now, here's where things get interesting. This resort will also include residential condos. That's right. Not only can you vacation at Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Orlando, but you can actually live there. I don't know if I want to live at a Nick hotel as much as I love Nick. The development includes studio, 1-bedroom, and 2-bedroom condos available for purchase. So yes, you could wake up every morning and grab a coffee across from a giant SpongeBob statue, or skip the coffee altogether and get absolutely blasted with slime to wake yourself up. 10-year-old me is screaming right now. 10-year-old me would have been so down to live at this resort. The resort is part of a larger 220-acre development called Everest Place, which will feature other hotels, shops, and dining. And it's being developed by the Terramare Group. I think that's how you pronounce it. The resort itself will be operated by Lion Star Hospitality in partnership with Paramount location-based entertainment and experiences. So, whether you're in it for the slime, the pizza, or the nostalgia, or the real estate, Nickelodeon is about to be a major player in Orlando once again. Holy crap, guys. Nickelodeon back in Orlando. This is hands down the biggest Nickelodeon-related attraction news we've seen in the U.S. in a very long time. Other than the indoor theme park that's in New Jersey, I forget the name of it, but it's inside of like a giant mall. Is it called Dream, maybe? Dream America or something like that? Whatever it is. There's a huge indoor Nickelodeon theme park in New Jersey. This is the biggest news we've gotten since then as far as Nickelodeon attractions go. And as a lifelong Nick kid who went to Universal in the 90s and early 2000s, this hits hard, man. This hits me right in the feels, and I'm sure it does for millions of other people out there, because visiting Nickelodeon Studios was always the highlight of my trip when I was a kid. Back when I was a kid, the first time that I went to Universal Studios, it was probably like 1995 or 1996. I was like 6 or 7 years old at that time. I remember it vividly. It's probably the only thing that I can remember from that trip so clearly. I remember being outside of Nickelodeon Studios. I remember seeing the slime machine that they had out there, seeing the time capsule. I even got to go into the studios. We did a Nickelodeon Studios tour, and then we also got to be a part of some sort of like game show that was happening. It wasn't being filmed for TV. It was like meant for the park. I'll never forget, man. It was like something with pies, but the pies weren't real. They were like rubber pies. But yeah, anyway, I fucking love Nickelodeon. This is coming to you from attractionsmagazine.com. So here is where the Nickelodeon Resort is going to be located, right off of 192. Super close to Animal Kingdom, super close to Epcot and Hollywood. It's right by pretty much all the Disney World parks, so that is a huge plus. And then I will go over some of these pictures with you guys. So here is, and these are all just computer-generated mock-ups. This place has not been built yet, as far as I know. Are these real? No, these are definitely fake. So yeah, these are all computer-generated mock-ups of how the restaurant and resort will look. But here's a look at La Spatula. It looks pretty basic from what you would think a SpongeBob restaurant would look like. Looks pretty chill, though. Looks like a vibe over there. Scrolling down. Looks like this looks like to be the lobby. If I had to guess, yeah, this looks like the lobby. Yep, people are coming through with their bags, checking in. Looks like there's going to be people. There's going to be some characters meeting and greeting as soon as you walk in. Nice little waiting area, seating area here. And then over here in the back, it looks like a quick service food spot. Maybe it's that Nick Cafe or whatever I talked about earlier. Let's scroll down a little bit. Here is an outside picture of what it will look like. You've got the water park right here. Pool area. This right here is interesting to me. This looks like a little outside amphitheater, like outdoor seating stage area of some sort. So like, it looks like there's some like round, long rows of seating here, and then like a little stage. There's probably going to be some kind of shows. Probably I don't know, Dora the Explorer and fucking Rugrats doing a dance for you guys. What else? So yeah, 400 rooms, condos as well. Not sure which ones are the condos. If I had to guess, I would say maybe this area is going to be the condos because it looks like they've got, I don't know, these outdoor porches. It's really hard to tell. Oh, here's another picture of the building. Maybe these are the condos right here on the end. I don't know, but it is awesome. It's right on the water too. Here's another picture of it. Looks like the front. Yeah, this looks like the front. You know what I was wondering? Where's parking? I didn't say anything about. Oh, is this all parking right here? This is all parking underneath. Gotcha. Cool. Okay. Great job. Let's see. Is there any more pictures? There's that one. Oh, okay. We've got another SpongeBob restaurant picture. It's colorful. It's nice. It doesn't scream SpongeBob to me, though. Is that it for the pictures? Oh, we've got a room, too. I didn't even see this one yesterday. So here is a mock-up of what one of the rooms will look like. This looks like Nickelodeon. This screams Nickelodeon. Got the orange carpet, green slime furniture. You can't go wrong. Looks like some cartoon concept art being hung up on the walls there. Oh, look at that. The pillow is the blimp. The Nickelodeon blimp. Very cool. Here's another view from that resort, from the room. And again, colorful, designed flawlessly. I'm not going to lie. For like, if you want a Nick hotel, like this is what you would want. So, oh, that's cool too. Look at the old school phone is orange over there right on the wall. I love that. And that is it for reacting to the pictures. And then I wrote a couple more notes here. I put, honestly, the fact that SpongeBob hasn't had a larger physical presence in Orlando over the past 2 decades feels like major money left on the table. And I'm sure whether you're a fan of SpongeBob or not, you could agree with me on that. SpongeBob is the most popular cartoon in the world. Like, it has to be, right? It has to be top 3. It's definitely the biggest cartoon on Nickelodeon, the biggest Nicktoon ever. So the fact that like Universal didn't figure their shit out over these last 25 years and get a SpongeBob land going or even a SpongeBob ride is just crazy to me. We have the SpongeBob store now, but like we could have done so much more with that. So that's always been so weird to me. So I'm happy that SpongeBob is getting something, his own restaurant at least, at this brand new Nickelodeon Resort in Orlando. This place is super close to Disney's Animal Kingdom. That could really shake up travel plans for some families. I mean, some guests might skip a Disney hotel and book their stay off of the nostalgia factor alone. I know my fellow millennials will be holding it down over there. I know I'll be there. At least I've got to stay there once to check the place out. But yeah, I mean, this isn't going to put a dent in like Disney or Universal's pockets. It's 400 rooms. But still, I'm sure a lot of families, especially when it first opens, they might say, you know what? It's close to Disney World. It's probably cheaper. Let's go stay at Nick Resort, Nick Hotel. Let's go see what that's all about. I could see that happening. Let's talk about living there. There are going to be actual condos inside of a Nickelodeon resort. Could you imagine waking up every day, going down to the lobby, going down, trying to leave, trying to get to your car, and you've got people getting slime, SpongeBob laughing like a maniac all over the place. I love Nickelodeon. I don't think I could live at a Nickelodeon resort. I would probably last about a month and then I'd be good with it. But it is very cool in theory, especially for diehards. I'm sure there's somebody out there that really wants to live in a Nickelodeon resort. Now you can. All right, guys, moving on to the next story. While we're talking about things coming soon, story number 2. A $50 million attraction is coming soon to Dollywood. And by soon, I mean next year, 2026. So here we go. This next story is for all the dark ride lovers out there. Firstly, I want to give full credit to Screamscape.com for tracking every single update so far. We're heading to Dollywood in Tennessee, where something massive is in the works for 2026. And I mean massive. There is currently a $50 million attraction being built in the back of Wildwood Grove at Dollywood. And the rumors surrounding it just keep getting crazier. Let's start from the beginning. Back in late 2024, Dollywood's Pete Owens did a video interview where he teased the new ride. He didn't say exactly what it was, but he did say it would be, quote, something that no one has ever done before in this particular way. Now, keep that in mind because that sets the tone for everything that follows. Then, in March, they kicked things up a notch at their pass holder preview day. On a giant screen, they displayed the words, Take Flight 2026. And the teaser promised a journey that would go, quote, up, over, and through the Great Smoky Mountains and down to the heart of the ancient wildwood tree.
In 2026, Dollywood is going further than we've ever gone before. Follow the light to discover the unexpected. What
then,
will you find?
In June, they dropped another video with a kind of dreamy after dark fantasy vibe.
A family's quest will illuminate a world of wonder and adventure. Join Dollywood as we dive into the unexplored. Take the Plunge 2026.
The narration said, we're going further than we've ever gone before. And again, it teased that the ride would explore the Great Smoky Mountains in some magical new way. It ended with the question, what will you find when the sun goes down? So let's talk about what we actually know for sure. This is the most expensive attraction in Dollywood history. $50 million has been spent to make this ride. Pete Owens has confirmed that much. He also said it's going to help extend the park's operating season, which strongly implies it's going to be an indoor experience. This lines up with what we're seeing from construction so far. More on that in just a moment. Now, here's where things get juicy. According to a source cited by Screamscape.com, this could be the world premiere of a brand new ride system from Vekoma. It's being described as a suspended dark ride. Picture this, individually powered ride vehicles that hang from a track above. They can rotate to face the action and slightly swing from side to side. Kind of like a suspended coaster meets a dark ride. The cars would have onboard audio and be fully enclosed, making it more family-friendly than a traditional inverted coaster. If this is true, Dollywood is about to debut a brand new ride system the world has never seen. And it totally fits with Pete Owens' claim that this would be something no one's done before. Construction-wise, we've got photos showing a huge show building rising behind Wildwood Grove. At first glance, it doesn't look massive, but recent shots reveal just how tall and deep the structure really is. Workers inside are using massive man lifts that reach way up towards the ceiling. This thing is going to have some serious height to it. The official announcement is coming this September. Dollywood has been on a roll the last few years, and this could end up being one of the most innovative family rides in the country. If you've ever thought about visiting the park, 2026 might be the year to do it. Wow, that is exciting news, especially if you're a fan of dark rides. Dark rides at all of the smaller regional theme parks, they don't get enough love, especially lately. We have not really seen too many new dark rides opening over the last couple of years, especially on a budget like this, a multi-million-dollar budget. I've been showing you pictures on the screen as I talked about this, but right now I'm going to pull them up and actually react myself to some of the stuff. So right here, I'm on Screamscape.com. Like I said, they're the ones that have been covering this story the most. I'll start from the bottom here so you can see like some of the tweets that were happening. So here are some early pictures of construction when they first started way back in, I believe, like April. Tons of land, right? And now, fast forward a couple of months, we actually have the building looking mostly complete. Look at this thing. Massive. To me, this building lines up exactly with what that rumor is, that it's going to be a suspended dark ride, first of its kind dark ride from Vekoma. That lines up. And maybe it will go indoors and outdoors because you still got a ton of room on the outside of this building as well. The Dark Ride Database, which I didn't even know was a YouTube channel. I'm subscribing to that shit right now. Looks like they've got a preview of this suspended dark ride coaster hybrid thing. This was uploaded a while ago. This was uploaded in 2023, August 16th. And they put in the description, ride manufacturer Vekoma from the Netherlands presents a new suspended ride system for dark rides. Let's watch it. Audio listeners, I will try to describe what we're seeing. All right, so we're starting off with what, like we said, a suspended dark ride of some sort. This is all computer generated too. So they're letting you know, goes forward and backwards. The ride vehicle can go forward and backwards. And now you can see how it can do a full 360 rotation plus a max 20-degree swing. And here it goes. Look at this. Oh, man, give me a spooky ride instead. It's showing the ride vehicle going slow through a bunch of show scenes. They showed like a scary scene. Now it's going through like an underwater scene. And the way this thing glides, man, looks so fire. Oh, it can even go vertical. Now it's going up a tower, going up high. And now they've transitioned into a different type of themed ride. This is now, looks like you're in a hot air balloon. Oh, and now another scene showing what it could be like if you wanted to do a space ride. I love this video. I love how they show you it being presented in all different types of genres and themes. Oh, they're presenting it to you as a shooter now, a futuristic space shooter with screens everywhere, and you've got on-ride guns to shoot at. And then here it is loading back into the station. Suspended dark ride, basic or themed, and they're going through all the different ride vehicles that they can design. Onboard lighting, onboard audio, onboard interactivity, showing you. Holy shit, Vekoma. If I owned a theme park and I watched that video, I'm calling Vekoma up right away and I'm saying, yo, I need that shit at my theme park. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Dollywood, if the rumors are true. And I hope to God the rumors are true after seeing that. That was brilliant. And I just want to say, I know there's some theme park enthusiasts out there that listen to the show that might have been following this closely for much longer than I have. If you know of any other theme parks that are rumored or are definitely going to be using this new suspended dark ride system, drop a comment. Let us know, because I would love to dive deeper into this. I am fascinated by that ride system. Really, really cool. And then this is from Vekoma's website where they kind of break down a little bit more. I'm not sure I'm going to have to go through this since we watched that video. No, I'm not. There's really nothing on here anyway, just one picture. Yeah, that's fucking exciting, man. I really, really hope we get that at Dollywood. And I would love to see this ride system utilized at the bigger parks too. Universal could definitely use this. Imagine if this was the ride system that's getting used for whatever is replacing Rip Ride Rocket. Imagine if this was the Ghostbusters ride. Whew. All right, that's it for that story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. That shit is crazy to me. I can't wait for this. I'm definitely going to Dollywood once this ride opens. Definitely making plans for it. Dollywood has been on the bucket list for a while now, so going to have to get over there soon. Hopefully you guys can too. All right, guys, moving on to story number 3. Multiple ride mishaps over the last few weeks. So we'll quickly go over these. Over at Kennywood in PA, a rider on Phantom's Revenge was struck in the face by a rogue cell phone mid-ride. This happened Wednesday night, and the guest had to head to the hospital afterwards for additional care. Kennywood, like most parks, has a strict no loose articles policy for their major coasters, and they do provide bins for storage. But still, this kind of thing keeps happening. It's honestly a reminder that maybe small ride lockers should just be free by now. Some parks are already doing this, and it just makes sense. It keeps the lines moving, and it keeps guests safe. Don't bring shit with you when you go on these roller coasters, man. You got to listen to these signs. They know what they're talking about. The next one was Epcot's test tracking during cast member previews. This one's interesting. During a recent test run, one of the ride vehicles apparently slammed into the doors that are supposed to open right before launching into the outdoor portion of the ride. Now, Disney did design those doors with breakaway foam for this exact reason, so no one was hurt, thankfully. But still, it's not the greatest look with previews just beginning and a July 22nd official opening right around the corner. Disney has since been keeping the doors open during previews while they figure things out. As far as I know, those doors are still kept open while they're doing continued previews. But man, that's really scary. Hopefully they figure that shit out really quickly. Something might have got a little jammed up there that they need to look into and fix. And like I said, hopefully they figure that out soon, because this ride is opening in less than, 3 weeks, 2 weeks? All right, and then the last one, to me, is scary. I'm not going to lie. This is from Siren's Curse at Cedar Point in Ohio. This brand new tilt coaster just opened last weekend, and it's already had 2 incidents in the span of a few days. The first involved the train getting stuck on the lift. Riders were stalled out at a 90-degree vertical angle for about 10 minutes before it restarted safely. The second time, a train stopped again mid-ride, but this time it couldn't be restarted. Park employees had to walk guests down from the top of the ride. To Cedar Point's credit, they say the safety systems worked exactly as designed and the coaster was back up and running the next day. But still, 2 stoppages right after opening is definitely going to raise some eyebrows. And I'm just going to say it. That shit is scary as hell, man. Both situations. Being stuck at a 90-degree angle was the first one? Yeah. Being stuck at a 90-degree vertical angle for about 10 minutes on a ride in the back of your head when you're stuck on there and you know this is a brand new ride. I don't give a shit, man. I'd be fucking shitting bricks on that one. And then on the second one, a train stopped again mid-ride, but this time couldn't be restarted. And I've been playing the video, showing you the pictures, and I'm going to pull them up myself right now. Here we go. Kill the audio. Here is everybody evacuating the ride. These guys are stuck 160 feet off the ground. Bro, I would be shitting bricks. Every little thing about this evacuation would have me petrified. Getting off of it, walking down, being that high up, like just all of it would scare the shit out of me. And you know what's crazy to me? Every time something like this happens, you'll see people leaving comments that are like, oh man, I'm jealous. I wish that happened to me. These people are so lucky they got to experience getting evacuated off of the ride. Yo, who are these people leaving comments like that? That is some batshit crazy stuff to be saying. You've got to be like, I mean, I get it. Thrill seekers usually do go on roller coasters. So that makes sense to me that like the craziest thrill seekers in the world go on roller coasters and would want that kind of thing. I would be scared shitless in this situation. And I'm just glad that everybody is okay and the ride is back up and running. It was back up and running the next day. Hopefully this kind of thing does not happen again and the ride will be able to have an amazing opening season. It just opened, guys. It just opened a couple of days ago and this thing is already having crazy vacs. All right, and now for the final featured story of the day. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. Hope you guys got to chill out, enjoy a cookout or two, hang out with some family and friends, maybe get a little drunk, maybe get a little stoned, whatever it was. Hope you guys had a great time. But over this 4th of July week, it looks like Disney World, Disneyland, and even the Universal parks as well experienced some of their lowest 4th of July weekend crowds ever, or at least within like the last 10 to 15 years. So what I'm going to do is pull up the graphs from thrillData.com. We're going to start with, I'm not going to be able to go through every single theme park that there is. I'm going to go through a couple of them, and we're just going to see what the trends are like. This is the Disneyland wait time heat map. And this is 2025, right? A lot more yellow, a lot more orange at the beginning of the year. And then at Disneyland, once the summer hit, now all of a sudden we're getting lower wait times Can you make that make sense? Because we're in summer vacation right now and this should not be happening. So as you can see, July 4th, the average wait time was 22 minutes. We'll go to 2022. Look at the 4th of July in 2022. We're in the yellow and orange. It was at 33 minutes. Let's jump over to Universal Studios Hollywood. The average wait time on July 4th was 25 minutes, so slightly above where Disneyland was at. And then last year was 57 minutes at Universal Studios Hollywood. So that is a drastic change right there. 56 minutes, sorry. That is a drastic change right there. And then jumping over to Universal Studios Orlando, and the average wait time on the 4th was 25 minutes, 29 minutes last year. So that has gone down too in Universal Orlando. Let's check out Magic Kingdom, because I've seen a lot of people online leaving comments saying, where the hell is everybody over 4th of July week? People were getting on Tiana's and like a 20-minute wait in the middle of the day, which just doesn't happen. So something is definitely up, but let's see what the data is saying. So the average wait time at Magic Kingdom on 4th of July was just 26 minutes. And then the next day over the weekend was just 17, 18, and 19. This was 2024. Average wait time was 23 on the 4th of July. We'll go to 2023. Average wait time was 27. Whew, look at this. Pre-pandemic 4th of July week, the average wait time was 48 minutes. The whole weekend was right around that area as well. These parks used to be packed for 4th of July weekend. So that was Magic Kingdom. And basically what that tells me is the Disney World parks in general, the crowd attendance has been slowly getting lower and lower on 4th of July weekend over these past several years. But all right, that does it for the featured stories of the week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed all of those. We're going to move on to the Express Lane next. I'm not done with the news stories. But before we get to that, a little bit of housekeeping for you. Don't forget to follow the podcast on social media at Theme Pahk Pod on TikTok and Instagram. And it's also at Theme Pahk Pod on YouTube. You can also search on YouTube A Theme Pahk Podcast. And don't forget, we spell park with an H instead of an R. That's P-A-H-K. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment. It goes a long way. It helps with the algorithm. We're still a brand new show. You guys hear me say it every week. It really does help. So thank you for that. And then if you are listening on the podcast platform of your choice, be sure to leave a 5-star review. That also goes a long way. Moving on to the Express Lane segment. It is time for our Express Lane segment, the rapid fire rundown where we serve up quick hits of park news, rumors, and updates you need to know. Some of these I won't spend much time on, so if they interest you, you may want to dive deeper with your own research. Others might spark a rant or a deep dive, but either way, I will try to keep it quick, and I will try to group these by category to keep things clean and efficient. First one, Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. Farewell to Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America. Sunday, July 6th marked the final day of operation for Tom Sawyer Island, Liberty Square Riverboat, and the Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom. This quiet area of Frontierland and Liberty Square has been a calm escape from the chaos of the park since opening. But now it is being bulldozed to make way for Magic Kingdom's biggest expansion ever. We've already covered the upcoming Cars-themed area in previous episodes, but to quickly recap, it's taking over this entire zone, and Disney is not wasting any time. Even before this area closed, hundreds of trees have already been cleared behind Big Thunder for the construction laydown yard, which you can see from the monorail. And now, the day after Tom Sawyer Island closes, construction has already begun. This video was posted 2 hours ago on Reddit from user Tyrion White. He posted this video of construction workers on Tom Sawyer Island. Looks like they're starting to take things down. Moving on, Six Flags Quantum Accelerator at Six Flags New England delayed until 2026. Six Flags New England's highly anticipated straddle coaster Quantum Accelerator has officially been delayed until 2026. Officially announced for a 2025 summer debut, this now marks the fourth major coaster across the Six Flags chain to face significant delays in just over a year. The ride, manufactured by Intamin, shares design DNA with other straddle coasters like Dark Coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Arctic Rescue at SeaWorld San Diego, both of which have also experienced closures or operational issues lately. While Six Flags is staying tight-lipped, this pattern has sparked some speculation. It's possible that something was discovered across these ride systems, maybe a mechanical flaw or safety-related recall that now requires broader attention. Until more is revealed, all we can do is wait again and hope that when Quantum Accelerator does finally launch, it's not just fast, it's reliable. So huge bummer on that one, man. I was excited to get to Six Flags this summer and jump on this coaster. It was the first launch coaster in New England, the first straddle coaster in New England. It looked like a great family coaster. It was exactly what we needed at this theme park, exactly what we needed in New England. Six Flags spent months promoting this ride. This ride was at the top of all of their marketing. Now you're not getting it. And obviously safety comes first. Obviously, I'm not that fucking stupid. But still, this is a letdown. I don't care how you look at it. Yeah, it just sucks, man. Really sucks. We're going to have to wait a whole another year to get on this ride. Hopefully by then, things are worked out and we get to go on it. And hopefully by then, Six Flags New England still exists. Because I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't doubt it if Six Flags New England is one of the parks that gets closed in the future. Definitely check out the last 2 episodes of the podcast where we broke down some of the stuff that's been going on at Six Flags. I'm just going to say it right now. Lately, I've been really feeling some type of way, and I feel like more park closures are on the way. And I feel like Six Flags New England could be one of them. We'll have to see how things go with that one. Moving on to some food and merch news stories. And before we jump into this, I do want to address me covering food and merch moving forward on the podcast. Pretty much the deal is I won't be covering food and merch a ton on the podcast. There's just way too much food and merch news that drops every single day at these theme parks. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the patience for it. We don't have the time on the show for it. I try to keep the show under an hour. So I will only be reporting on big food and merch stories moving forward. In the future, I think that maybe if this podcast continues to grow, maybe we grow into a network and we have multiple shows. Maybe we do a show where we just cover food and merch news. But for now, I'm only going to be covering big stories in that category or things that just like catch my eye and things that I'm super interested in. So I just want to give you that quick heads up. If you're counting on me for food and merch updates at the parks, please don't. Definitely go check out some other YouTubers or podcasters for those topics. But here we go. Epic Universe Grand Opening Medallion back in stock. Universal released a limited edition opening medallion for Epic Universe. This is the same medallion that was sold at the park, but they basically ran out the day before the park opened on Media Day. These highly sought after medallions were released online earlier this week and quickly sold out. But good news, it's back in stock online for now. Moving on, this isn't quite theme park news, but it does kind of fall in line with like attractions and entertainment, so I figured I'll cover it. Chuck E. Cheese launches adult-focused Chuck's Arcade. Chuck E. Cheese is going retro with Chuck's Arcade, aimed at adults with classic games, prizes, and even beer and wine selection at locations. This first batch includes a Florida location. Who the fuck wants to go to an adult-themed Chuck E. Cheese arcade? I'm sorry, but I think this is a horrible idea. I understand that Chuck E. Cheese is probably declining right now, but I don't think this is the answer. You guys should have named this something other than Chuck's Arcade. Chuck's Arcade sounds so lame to me. By the way, I love video games. I love arcades. I love adult-themed arcades. I'm not saying that those aren't a draw and those aren't cool, because they definitely are when done right. But we're not off to a good start when you call the place Chuck's Arcade and it's a branch of Chuck E. Cheese arcades. Like, It's not going to work, guys. I'm sorry. Please come up with a better name, completely new branding. You can still be the Chuck E. Cheese company running it, but all right, I spent too much time on that one. Moving on. One more in the food category. Eat to the Beat lineup at Epcot announced. The full concert schedule for Epcot's Food and Wine Fest is out. Expect 90s nostalgia, guilty pleasures, and maybe a few artists that you forgot existed. I've got this pulled up. This is the 2025 lineup for the Eat to the Beat concert schedule during Food and Wine. You've got Starship featuring Mickey Thomas coming through. You've got the Baha Men, you've got the Fray, Hanson, Hoopastank, Smash Mouth. You've got Jordan Sparks, Bowling for Soup, and the Beach Boys. So you've got a lot of returns and then a lot of new artists as well. Do some research if you want the full schedule, if you're planning on being on at Epcot during Food and Wine Fest. Now we're moving on to deals and discounts. Huge Disney World hotel deal, happiest price on earth sale. Priceline is launching a Happy Days price event that includes up to 40% off Walt Disney World resorts, available July 8th to the 11th only. It lines up with Prime Day and other July mega sales, so expect a flurry of deals in the next 2 weeks. We may even see Disney themselves drop new offers directly. This also goes for Universal and other theme parks and resorts. Because it's Prime Day or Prime Week on Amazon and a bunch of other online retailers, the theme parks are going to join in on the fun. Even the airlines are going to jump in on this. I actually got a text while I was recording the show today, and I have been told that Southwest Airlines is having a huge sale right now. If you use the code Big Sale, you can get a major discount. If you're planning on doing a vacation soon, you might want to look into this right now and try to take advantage of these deals that are happening. I wish I had more time to do research and give you guys like exact details on what's going on, but last night there wasn't much released. So Disney World posted the Cool Kids Summer for kids ages 3 to 9. Save 50% on 3-day or longer standard theme park tickets. Boom. So there you go. That's one of the deals that's out there right now. There's definitely more. I do want to let you know about some Universal deals while I'm here, though. Universal has buy 2 days, get one free for Florida residents only. They can grab 3 days at Universal Orlando for the price of 2. This deal runs through September 24th, but does not include Epic Universe. And then Groupon released a deal for Universal Orlando. Discounted single and multi-day tickets are now available on Groupon for all 4 Universal Orlando parks. So that's Volcano Bay and Epic Universe included. I looked into this one, and for me, and for the trip that I have coming up, it was only about a $25 savings if I were to book through Groupon versus just going through Universal. For you, it might be different. For you and your situation, you might be able to save a little bit more. Personally, for me, $25, it is a decent amount to save, but it's not worth me booking through Groupon. I've personally never had any issues with Groupon, but at the end of the day, if any problems do come up with your stay, with your tickets, you're going to have to go through Groupon for that. And for me, that's kind of a hassle. I would rather be able to just communicate directly with Universal. So I'm going to skip out on it. I'm not going to do the Groupon deal, but hey, it might be for you, especially if the savings are a lot bigger than just $25. But I just encourage you guys to look into that one yourself. Compare the pricing too. Look up what it's going to cost on Groupon and then do the same exact transaction on the Universal website and see what the total is before committing to one or the other. And then that's it. That's all I have for the discounts and deals, but real quick recap for that. It's Prime Week right now. Everybody's trying to take advantage of it. Everybody's trying to get in on the deals, airlines, resorts, hotels, all of it. So jump on the internet, do your research, and you can save some money. We're moving on. I spent too much time on that. This is what I do. I make a segment called the Express Lane where I'm supposed to go through stories fast, and then I don't do that at all, and I spend mad time on the stories. My bad, guys. Moving on, I got some Halloween Horror Nights news for you. RIP Tour tickets are selling out for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. Some RIP Tour time slots are already selling out. If that's on your spooky season bucket list, grab your tickets as soon as possible. So I threw that one in there because I seen some people on Reddit saying that the RIP Tour tickets were sold out for the day that they were going. They were super let down by that. So I figured, let me just give everybody the heads up that these Rip Tour tickets are starting to sell out. You might want to go grab those while you can. And then Premier Pass Holder free HHN night booking opens July 10th. So that's like today or tomorrow when you're listening to this. Universal Premier Pass holders can book their complimentary HHN tickets starting July 10th at noon. You can book for up to 8 others if you have their pass IDs. Here's some Disneyland news. Haunted Mansion is closing for a holiday overlay August 11th. It is set to prepare for the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, expected to reopen around August 22nd. All right, looks like we do have a couple other quick stories. This is coming from DisneyParksBlog.com. Disney World and Disneyland to debut It's a Small World finale scene lyrics. When it comes to classic Disney music, it's hard not to think of the iconic tune from the beloved attraction It's a Small World. The late Richard and Robert Sherman wrote the song's original verses, and before his passing, Richard wrote a new verse as his final gift to Disney. We are honored that the last verse of this beloved song will debut the final scene of Small World at both parks beginning July 17th. The update to the final scene is meant to add to the attraction's legacy and further emphasize the song's meaning. And the new lyrics go, Mother Earth unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind. Through our vast, wondrous land, when we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all. How effing cute. And all jokes aside, that is really cool that somebody that has contributed so much to Disney got to create one more thing for one of the most beloved rides in all of Disney World parks. So that just got posted. What's this? Another one. I'm not going to go too far into it. This is coming from Theme Park Worldwide on Facebook. The world's largest Legoland theme park is now officially open. Legoland Shanghai is the first Legoland theme park in China and features 24 rides, including a B&M family inverted coaster held up by a huge minifigure. And you can see it in the picture that I had up on the screen. And I'm going to jump to my screen now and look at some of these pictures real quick. That looks cool. Wow, what a big ass theme park, huh? Big news for people in China. I'm happy for you guys. Legoland's biggest theme park yet. I love seeing theme parks expand. I love seeing more and more theme parks open up. All right, I am not seeing any other stories that broke while I was recording, but I'm just going to put this out there. I'm recording a little bit earlier than I usually do. And I just have a feeling that we're going to get some news breaking any moment today. So definitely jump on the internet and make sure I didn't miss any of the big stories this week, especially when it comes to like those discounts and deals for Prime Week. I did see a lot of people saying that Halloween Horror Nights is probably going to have an update this week. I would probably guess that is going to happen as well, right before the tickets become available for pass holders. All right, guys, that does it for today's episode of the podcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Follow me on social media, Theme Pahk Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit like. And that'll do it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.